let's pretend that this gentleman over here was running for county recorder, and he's a good Christian man that believes what we believe. Well, we can work with that, right? But if Stephen Richer walked in this room, I would lynch him. I don't unify with people who don't believe in the principles we believe in and the American cause that founded this country.
Okay, so there's a lot there. First of all, that is Shelby Busch, okay? And in a previous era of politics, she'd be a crazy person that goes to like a town hall meeting and stands up and makes everyone uncomfortable because suddenly you see in person the tinfoil hat sort of conspiracist insanity that usually dwells in the darkest corners of the internet. She's not that rando anymore. She's second in command of Maricopa County's Republican Committee, and well connected as well. Advisor to Kari Lake, and receives funding for her election integrity group from Mike Lindell, Mike Flynn, and those sorts of people. So a mix of big lie conspiracists and QAnon conspiracists. And there she says that this guy, Stephen Richer, he is the current Republican Maricopa County recorder, that she would lynch him. And she said that not in a private text message or on a call that Kari Lake secretly recorded and then released. Look it up. She said that on a mic to a bunch of people, not beat up, not even kill, lynch. Like she wants to use the term. I'm looking for opportunities to talk about lynching people, and that's what she's doing now. Stephen Richer got that tape and posted it with these comments. He's talking about Shelby Busch, second in command. Talks about interesting choice of words. She says this after talking about good Christian values, 100%. Other people in the room laugh. I noticed that too. Some kind of did awkward clapping. Some laughed at the prospect of this guy who's just sort of like a cog in the machine of elections at the county level being lynched. But interestingly, there wasn't a lot of people that seemed to have a big issue with it or whatever. And the issue for the Maricopa County Republicans is you have a guy like him who doesn't necessarily automatically play ball with all of the big lie conspiracy theories. And that's what she's referring to when she says he doesn't share our values. The values she's talking about are not like a respect for democracy or the process or norms or anything like that. It's Republicans cannot legitimately lose. If they lose, it's because the election was stolen. That's the end of it. That's the only principle that any Republican that is involved in the infrastructure of elections should believe. And because he apparently doesn't do that, he doesn't share their values. And he's being attacked, by the way, by people other than just Shelby Busch there. He posted that tweet we showed you, and the first reply was this. Carolyn Wren says, there was a break-in at your office, which we'll get to, and you're spending your time tweeting old videos of Shelby Busch. How about instead you tell us what the hell is going on at the Maricopa County Tabulation and Election Center? So it did actually happen. Walter Ringfield is a 27-year-old who apparently broke in and stole a security fob that's part of the safeguards for the election. Now, Stephen Richer responds to some of the issues with that whataboutism, saying, first of all, the video was just shared with me this weekend. It's not old. There was no break-in. The person was already apprehended. This is tabulation, so the board is handling comms on this. It's not his job to do that anyway. The person will likely be prosecuted. Everything will be reset, so there's no danger of the elections going forward. And he points out that that person apparently had no time to condemn the call for a lynching. And so, look, this might seem like a needlessly zoomed in analysis of the weird evolution of the Republican Party, but I think it's important that people know like how these battles are being fought between some of the old school Republicans that we probably disagree with on every single issue, but they believe that elections should happen. And then the Bushes who are like, no, this is all just whatever we want it to be. We win in every case. We're gonna manipulate the system, and that's it. And it's disgusting when you look at the details, but it's playing out right now. Adrienne, what do you make of this?
You're absolutely right. It is playing out, and it's kind of this reoccurring refrain we're seeing from Republicans in terms of if we don't win, we are going to take illicit means in order to stay in control. And the thing is it really, of course, it resonates with me as a Black person that she decided to use the term lynching, as we know, which evokes kind of these memories of ways in which extrajudicial and not even judicial, but forms of punishment, torture, mutilation would be full Black people in the United States. And that really kind of just, it signals to me that she chose this this moniker in its own because she wanted to conjure fear, because she wanted to send a message in saying that we are going to use illicit means that are extrajudicial and extra democratic, that have absolutely nothing to do with the system. As long as we stay in power, that is what's important. And that's really scary.
Yeah, that's just fantasizing about killing people that you disagree with. He didn't do anything, break any laws or anything. He was upholding the law, but that is enough. And like we see the crazies who'll go on, like we're gonna talk about Alex Jones in just a sec or whatever. You see them posting on Twitter and like, sometimes not really representative of anything. She holds a position of power, and she apparently on some level, she's never gonna try to murder anyone, but she looks forward to a time when that will be possible. And if you go against the party or go against the dear leader, you might die as a result of it. And America has 100, 1,000 times as many of those people than the ones who right now are crazy enough to pull the trigger. They don't want to go to jail. But there's a lot of people who are waiting for a far darker America potentially coming in the near future. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.